The legacy comes to an end, honoring 90s rap icon K-Rhyme, some his brain aneurysm. Death hip hop is in grief over the passing of one of its most influential voices. K-Rhyme, a well-known rap artist from the 1990s, whose voice used to reverberate through vehicle stereos and boomboxes across America, passed away at the age of 52 from a brain aneurysm. His passing not only signifies the end of a life, but also the end of a chapter in the golden period of hip-hop, when a generation was defined by rhythm, lyricism, and unvarnished truth. For fans, K-Rhyme's passing is more than just a personal loss. It's a cultural punctuation mark at the conclusion of one of the most significant sentences in hip-hop. His demise serves as a reminder that even legends are fallible human beings. However, there is something timeless within that fragility. The resonance of his words, the lessons concealed in his rhymes, and the bravery with which he displayed vulnerability in a society that sometimes confuses it with weakness. Every era has artists who speak not just to their own time, but also to society as a whole, reflecting both its scars and its desire to heal. One of those uncommon voices was K-Rhyme. He rapped to awaken something, empathy, awareness, and responsibility, rather than for charts or praise. His songs encouraged us to reflect, dream, and start over. Young poets who find liberation in his poetry, activists who repeat his lyrics, and parents who play his music to educate their kids that greatness starts with honesty are just a few examples of how his rhythm continues to spread. The sound of K-Rhyme will continue to be a constant, genuine, and unbreakable heartbeat in the soul of hip-hop as time goes on. His narrative reminds us that words can outlive their speaker, that art is about transcending suffering rather than running away from it, and that the message endures even when the microphone stops working. The rhythm of K-Rhyme endures in the streets, in our recollections, and in the music that never fades. A star born out of struggle born. Kevin Randall Moore, in 1973, on Chicago's South Side, K-Rhyme grew up in an environment that was split between promise and poverty. He discovered music at a young age as the son of a public school teacher and a factory worker. His first school was his mother's vinyl collection, which included early Run DMC, Marvin Gaye, and Curtis Mayfield. Kevin was writing poetry in notebooks by the time he was 12. He wrote about everything, including family, street politics, and aspirations that were unrealistic for his neighborhood. His first stage was in a friend's basement, and his studio was a borrowed tape recorder. "Hip-hop was my diary," he stated in a 1998 interview. "I didn't expect anyone would pay attention. All I needed to do was use words to breathe." The emergence of a 1990s icon K-Rhyme made his debut in 1993 with the underground song Street Scriptures. It was a manifesto, not simply another rap album. His flow blended Rakim's technical mastery, Tupac's storytelling, and Nas's poetry. His words revealed a conscience that set him apart from the marketed trends of the day, and his voice was gruff and belligerent. Concrete Testimony, K-Rhyme's debut album, became a sleeper smash after he signed with TrueCore Records, a small but significant New York label. Thanks to pure esteem, college radio, and word of mouth, it gradually rose up the Billboard charts. Mirrorz and Windows, the album's breakout track, became an anthem for a generation attempting to make sense of societal change and inner-city mayhem. The duality of hope and adversity that characterized the urban experience of the 1990s was encapsulated in the chorus. "I see myself in the struggle, I see the world in pain. Every dream that we hustle got sunshine and rain." The meaning of the song. Not only was K-Rhyme's wordplay unique, but so was his perspective on the world. His songs frequently addressed issues of resilience, self-worth, and inequity. He was tackling structural injustice, mental health, and the definition of masculinity in societies that demanded males to be strong yet unbreakable long before conscious rap became popular. He was praised by critics as the philosopher of the pavement. His 1996 album, Truth and Consequence, which combined reflection with street commentary, was a lyrical and emotional masterpiece. Fans are now revisiting the song Letter to My Younger Self, which blended wisdom and vulnerability, on social media as they grieve. He rapped, "Don't let the anger steal your art, young blood. Even concrete can bloom when watered with love," on that record. Pressure, notoriety, and the cost of achievement. His ascent to prominence in the middle of the 1990s brought him notoriety, but it also came with a great deal of pressure. Like many musicians of his time, K-Rhyme struggled with the paradoxes of celebrity, feeling alone in his private life while being praised by millions. "The hardest part wasn't writing the truth," he said in an interview from 2002. "It was experiencing it. Every statement seems heavy when you are the voice of your town." Long before it was typical for male rappers to discuss mental health, he did it candidly. He said that he struggled with worry, exhaustion, and a sense of being misinterpreted by a field that prioritizes appearances over morality. K-Rhyme stepped back from the spotlight following the release of his third album, King Without a Crown, 1999. He produced records, worked in the community, and mentored emerging musicians throughout a large portion of the 2000s. He established the nonprofit Rhyme and Reason Foundation, which funded artistic initiatives for impoverished children in Chicago and Atlanta. K-Rhyme has resurfaced as a respected hip-hop elder statesman in recent years. Despite his small social media presence, he had an influence. His thoughtful postings frequently blended comedy and wisdom, reminding followers of the artist who once transformed everyday life into rhyme. He made a rare public appearance at the hip-hop 50th anniversary performance in New York City in 2023. Legends like Nas, Busta Rhymes, and Queen Latifah shared the stage with K-Rhyme, who was given a standing ovation. Many others felt as though time had been turned back when they saw him perform street scriptures once more. He was reportedly writing on a memoir called Bars and Battles, My Life in Rhythm, at the beginning of 2025. The release date was set for next year. Fans and peers are shocked by his unexpected death, which was brought on by a brain aneurysm. He passed away quietly in the company of his family at his Atlanta home, according to representatives. An inundation of sorrow and appreciation, tributes from all across the world, flooded in within hours of the announcement. Social media turned into a virtual vigil. Global trends included hashtags like K4Ever and Rest in Rhyme. Common, a fellow rapper, wrote on social media, "He gave voice to pain and turned it into poetry. You may relax, my brother. The soul and the streets remember you." DJ Premier, a producer, wrote, "K-Rhyme never chased fame, he chased truth. Truth also outlives all of us. He was mentioned as a major influence by even younger musicians like J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar." K-Rhyme's 1995 performance on Yo MTV Raps was shared by Lamar with the simple caption, "Blueprint." In the days after his passing, K-Rhyme's discography's streaming figures skyrocketed. From the complex narrative of Concrete Testimony to the profound reflection of Truth and Consequence, fans rediscovered the artistry in his albums. The eerie song Still Standing from his final EP, Midnight Lessons, 2018, featured him rapping, "Every scar I wear is proof that I fought for light. Every loss I bear just sharpened my sight." The song is today seen by listeners as a somber farewell, a monument to a man who transformed suffering into strength. K-Rhyme offered a wider cultural reflection of the 1990s in addition to his music. He belonged to a generation that witnessed hip-hop, a movement that influenced politics, fashion, and social consciousness, grow from block parties to international stages. Rap was both protest and poetry in the 1990s. K-Rhyme and other artists utilized their poetry as contemporary survival psalms. His songs addressed racism, class conflict, and the unseen struggles of being Black and aspirational in America. Dr. Melinda Brooks, a cultural historian, observed, "K-Rhyme captured the sound of transition, from analog to digital, from dream to disappointment, from rebellion to reflection. Because his art was authentic, it was ageless. The person behind the myth K-Rhyme was remarkably grounded in spite of his celebrity. He is thoughtful, quiet, and incredibly devoted, according to his friends." He had a reputation for unexpectedly showing up at neighborhood open mics to help up-and-coming rappers or giving struggling producers studio equipment. In 2005, he wed journalist Alyssa Grant, with whom he had 2 kids. He frequently acknowledged in interviews that being a father had changed his priorities. He stated in 2010, "I learned the true meaning of legacy from being a dad. It's not your walls plaques. It's the affection you leave behind." According to those who know him well, he never compromised his integrity or followed fads in favor of honesty. He remained true to his message despite labels' pressure for singles that would play well on the radio. The silence and science of aneurysms. The brain aneurysm that killed K-Rhyme has also spurred discussions about health awareness, particularly among Black people. There are frequently few warning indications for brain aneurysms, which are bulges in blood vessels that have the potential to burst suddenly. Medical professionals stress the significance of regular health examinations and being aware of indications like excruciating headaches, eyesight issues, or neck pain. In an appropriate homage to a man whose art has always served a higher purpose, fans and other artists have started exchanging information and anecdotes, transforming sadness into advocacy. His lasting influence beyond just his discography, K-Rhyme's career has had a significant impact. His ideas, authenticity over approval, continue to influence upcoming generations of artists, and his words may be heard in classrooms and movies. The greatest way to put it was by music critic Darius Lane. K-Rhyme didn't just make songs, he said things. Even much it hurt, he made us look inward. His legacy is one of need rather than nostalgia. A posthumous release of his incomplete songs, which are said to include collaborations with both contemporary and veteran musicians, is in the works. The money raised will go to his foundation, ensuring that his goal of empowering young people via art continues. A farewell to rhythm. Hundreds of people attended his memorial service in Chicago to offer their condolences. His hits were spun by vintage DJs in between heartfelt tributes. The Streets Remember shirts were worn by mourners. His song Mirrorz and Windows served as the inspiration for a spoken word performance by a group of local teenagers as the sun set. "You taught us to see light in the alleyways," was one statement that reverberated across the assembly. For a brief period, it seemed as though K-Rhyme was still present, not physically, but in each heartbeat that followed the beat he left behind. The beat continues. Ultimately, K-Rhyme's tale is one of victory rather than sorrow. He turned suffering into poetry, quiet into words, and struggle into song. His art serves as a reminder of life's beauty, while his death serves as a reminder of its frailty. Even though Randall Moore is no longer with us, K-Rhyme, the poet of the pavement and the voice of the voiceless, will always exist. His words continue to be a living record of an era when the streets themselves spoke through rhyme, music meant message, and beats carried truth. Legends don't fade, they loop forever, a fan commented on the internet. In every verse, every memory, and every life he touched, the beat keeps on.